Look closer.
I'm telling you, the file is trash. The Constant doesn't so much burn his bridges as blow them up. Arthur Edwards, whoever he was, don't exist anymore. His personal data somehow deletes itself from any system that records him. Way beyond advanced. The partners spared no expense to make sure their controller would be untraceable.
How untraceable?
Look, I did what you asked, but Gray's gone and I'm no Diana. I'm not who you need right now. You gotta be kidding me.
ICA?
I used every encryption known to man. Who are these guys?
The best. It's only a matter of time before they get lucky. We need to take them down.
You and which army?
I know where the agency stores its files, mission reports, client data. If we leak it to the public...
You want to whistleblow the ICA?
It's the path of least resistance. Turns out, you are who I need right now, Olivia.
I do this, and I'm out. So, what are we breaking into?
Data facility in Chungking, China. Run by a man called Hush.
Of course. The ICA site in Chongqing houses the agency's data storage and analyst division. Needless to say, security is daunting. The state-of-the-art server vault is biometrically wired to the facility's two overseers. Imogen Royce, behavioral analysis pioneer, and Hush, a data security guru with a taste for fringe transhuman experimentation.
Tell me about Hush.
A former cyber terrorist for the Ministry of State Security in Kadanyang, who fled his country after one of the Po regime's periodic purges. He made a career doing cybersecurity for dark web deplorables, human traffickers, organ harvesters, scum like him, with no code or conscience. ICA sure can pick 'em. No offense.
Can you disable security?
A dual authentication protocol ensures that any handling of data must be directly authorized by Hush and Royce. The proverbial human factor device to make the system impenetrable. Luckily, I found a loophole. If both overseers should unexpectedly die within a short space of time, the system reverts to a temporary fail-safe protocol, which I can bypass. Take them off the board, and you'll have free access to the data core. And I'll handle the rest.
And you're sure it'll work?
Look, I know Hush. If I'm wrong, we won't live long enough to regret it.
All right. I will leave you to prepare.
Chongqing, China. This city is Big Brother's wet dream with more than 2.5 million cameras covering 15 million people. Privacy is a four-letter word in this place. It's pretty ironic that a cloak and dagger organization like the ICA keeps its most valuable secrets here. You'll find Hush conducting his fringe experiments in an abandoned apartment building, while Imogen Royce, the archivist, runs the day-to-day business of the ICA data facility. I just hope you know what you're doing, 47.
Of course 47 knows what he's doing. Not only has he turned rogue agent from his employing organization, he's now about to attack it directly. Not the highest command, mostly because they are most likely scattered all around the planet under all kinds of assumed identities. But the nerve center, headquarters, archives, which have one very unpleasant fellow and one just unpleasant lady. The archivist and the mad scientist. And I must say that this is visually one of the more impressive levels of the Hitman series. It has this sense of being part of much grander space than it actually is, with all these seeing buildings, backdrops, these sky cranes, not sky cranes, but the carts, wagons, or how you wanna call them.
Get back. Can't get it back. Where did I go? Where did I go?
And these homeless people are crazy, but not because of their general problems of drug addiction or alcoholism or anything like that. No, they are crazy for completely different and much more, it can be said, unpleasant reasons. And that reason is from the Hitman version of the, or let's say Hitman world counterpart of North Korea, Cunning, Hush, mad scientist, man without any sort of professional ethics or and even certainly no any kind of morality. He's most likely one of those people who thinks morality is a weakness. Oh, but just breaking and entering to steal an umbrella, mostly because it's awful rain out there. And it's real nice because it makes Agent 47's normally impeccable suit look a bit shabby, and seeing how many suits he goes through, his tailor must most likely be very happy. And this is a ICA safe house, one of those locations that 47 would probably be using at some place, but it doesn't feel, it really does not feel like any sort of apartment. It feels more like some sort of hotel room, because there's simply no any kind of, you could say, personal touch in this place, which of course is completely understandable, with it being a safe house, meant to be a location where people just arrive to lurk out maybe few days, few weeks, and then they just go and disappear or go somewhere else. Time to do a vaulting, because and I did this a lot of times, something like 12 times about. I think I did this. This is 12th take of this Hitman game. Obviously the stage, because well, I wanted to get it a good take of this, not just be a regular moment of, not just to make a complete awful cock up where it becomes a massive shootout in the end. I want to show some sort of level of skill and subterfuge in this stage, which of course does not happen if there's a massive amount of firefight going on. Yeah, and I find it shame that, because that shot of a distance should have been enough that 47 could have just grabbed that guy, that guy, and knock him out, or with whatever method he would have felt appropriate. But no, you have to be enemies tend to have really good awareness when you are actually about to subdue them. You must be get really close to them. But with this route I would be already quite close to Hush. Oh yeah, blast out the camera, just to spite. And with this move I can make things should go quite awry for him. Yes, there's plenty of different methods you can use to of course cause death, timely death to Hush, who's doing some kind of, I would not, maybe not, well, they are very questionably scientific experiments, you could say. It can quite easily be said. Because well, he's a mad scientist doing all kinds of crazy mind control experimentation. And those drones are a way to get both Hush and Imogen at the same location, but that is not the, you could say, the basic idea of this stage. I would say that's a real good tactics if you intend to do the sniper assassin method, but I am not intending to make use of that method, which of course means that you have to shoot them both with a sniper rifle, and preferably not to get cocked. But now things go bad, and Hush is such self-certain man, I think that's the word, that he allows nobody else to tinker with his equipment. Only he will tinker with it. Like in this case, fix the satellite dish. And there's also, when you look at when these high buildings look, there's this restaurant, which is, it's completely functional restaurant, but if you walk around and listen to people talking, they are quite confused why there is so many cooks arriving to that place. There's way more cooks than there is actually being employed arriving there, which is in a sense nice little detail. Of course 47 already knows that the main ICA main data handling facility is here, handling and storage, more like hoarding facility is here, but he might not know exactly where it is. But of course that would be the place for him to get in. And even the locals have noticed that something odd is going on, but of course most likely have not made any really big connections about what's going on. But there's Hush and his big Chinese bodyguard.
Check that out.
Man, it's me. Can you send someone over? I need assistance. Thanks.
Oh damn, I hope. Well, I don't. Well, if they sent, they only find.
You got the bastard, Hush.
Yep.
Now go get Imogen Royce and we can get to the core.
He fell. Yeah, it's the gun that he found. Give me my money. And judging by when I look at these, they don't know exactly how I look, which is good. Being coaxed, they just saw a vague blur throwing Hush off the roof. I'm supposed to say, Hush and Royce don't like each other. They actually more like hate each other, because well, Hush is doing his crazy experiments and leaving Royce do all the work. And she is more interested in doing all these behavioral analysis script systems, which basically just means run the system with extreme amount of, you could say, pettiness and unpredictability, and see how people react, and try to create some sort of fancy computer models and predictions about how they gonna behave with specific stimulations, with the idea of course making the organization much more efficient, in sense that less people employed, less people to be caught, it can be done cheaper, and no need for any kind of handlers or handlers and all that kind of thing, which I might well. If they're gonna do something like that and not have any own employees, they could just go and hire them all from whatever business hiring temporary workers. Temp agency might be the actual, you could say, fancy title for such business that which hires temporary workers for specific needs, like physical labor when it's actually really needed. Damn. Damn, that was... Yeah, going a bit badly. With drones spotting me and all that. But no matter. Bit of slide down and waiting for that guy to turn his back, because, well, he is a specific kind of guard that I do intend to snag, and of course beat him to a little bit of quite much of a pulp, just so I can then go and steal his. Thank you. And as I was already not getting things done really well, I knocked him out. Oh, I'm facility security guard. Uniformed employee. And he's spending his time in a box, which he likes. And those guys didn't notice the camera, the camera being blasted to pieces, most likely because, well, rain is bad. And of course, equipment I'm carrying in here includes a lockpick, because that's just so useful item. One of the best items in sense that it make in purpose of making game easier to you. And now I have to do a quite complex set of maneuvers. Well, of course, one of those maneuvers means that I have to go and...
If you use your camera, you can hack that panel.
Yeah. Not... Yeah.
Security protocol overruled.
Yeah, I can open panel doors with my camera. And this kind of location with this type of, you could say, security system and all that, it might be something that it is assumed to be that efficient that the actual practice and procedures of it being broken might not actually be so well made or planned, or they might be something very, you could say, hasty and brutal, in sense of that things are bad, let's just start blowing things up or shooting or whatever. But the general setting of this place
What is it, Jamie? What's wrong?
I don't know, I'm just worried about
is very, you could say, bleak.
It's just something you walk through. You've done it 100 times.
It's very
Totally safe.
sterile
the scan
with the
itself, I mean,
flaws
my
and
results won't let me pass.
all that.
Scan initiated.
I hope I didn't do any bad.
Scanning all body systems. Scanning hormonal profile. Scanning chemical profile. Scan complete. Thank you for your patience.
That kind of system should make all the ding-a-ling bells and alarm klaxons go screaming. For 47 most likely is not so much of a...
Sir, if you want to pass through, I need to check that you're not carrying anything.
I'm quite certain that 47 is not particularly... most likely not particularly welcome to this place.
Access granted.
Alright, so...
What do you mean? Shy but overconfident in a very bossy way.
now I have to go and find... Oh yeah, there's the lower floor. The analysis.
Here all the time.
Dr. Berlin. Notification on my screen.
And there's some rat poison I can make use of, with quite, you could say,
Genuine fuck up to my face.
I thought she was gonna fire me, but I just got a warning.
Security protocol overruled.
oh yeah, and these doors are something that I can just, oh, these glasses they can be hacked to darkened with the cameras hacked over, say, Olivia remotely accessing them with 47's using 47's camera. But there's the main vault, and to enter there I need some very heavy equipment.
Greetings, sir.
Security protocol overruled.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
You don't have clearance to open this door.
Yeah, and I don't got the dongle either. But I would need to find a screwdriver so I could just physically open them. That is also quite... But there's Royce walking about. Let's go some distraction here.
Don't feel comfortable with Royce knowing anything about us.
Oh yeah, and Royce is of course somebody who's gonna hoard information and personal details about her employees, or people she works with and work for her.
Still doesn't feel right.
Most likely because she is that kind of person who most likely is hoarder of knowledge in that kind of sense, that she must know everything, she must be aware of everything. But these vents are as handy method of moving around as anything else. Damn, where would... Oh, there's a screwdriver. Thank you. Very handy. Not only can people be stabbed with it and electronics be broken with these, I can just simply open things with these as well. And there's a big server room.
I hear you. Can't be here, sir.
Security protocol overruled.
You
Oh damn, It was still on the safety system.
Access
Because if it would have been disabled, I could have just roast her right then and there, right there. Inside there with a very specific high-tech technical gadget gizmo thingy. But I think I'm gonna just employ the more old-fashioned method. Oh. Oh, there's the engineer. I'm simply lurking about, breaking down cameras wherever I see them. Yeah, and that's the data core. Very, very, very important location.
Oh shit. Calling in! Calling in! You got a guy... Bad. Naked. No!
Now I'm a god. So now just walking around with a gun. And now she's upstairs. Should be a bit easier now.
I was hoping you would have started to dry out a bit by now.
Yeah, this facility is something that it's quite of a maze-like in its basic
Just don't see how the
structures, how it is going. Oh yeah, but there she is now.
Hey, it's the bodyguard.
This guy's face ring any bells to you? I don't think I've seen him around.
Let's put some puke gas over there. And make her sick. That should work. And everybody inside also gets sick. That's quite a lot of people getting sick. That includes her. And a big bunch of...
Hey, you okay? You need help?
oh yeah, she definitely needs help. I wonder where she's going to spew. Well, it doesn't really matter where she's going to spew. She's going to... it's gonna be... yeah, following. Yeah, she's going to the toilet. And of course, when somebody's puking, it's most important to stay hydrated. Come on, lady, drink it all. Drink it. You need to drink it. You're puking, you're losing fluids.
Both targets down. Good. Just give me a second, and I'm in. You can now access the core 47.
It's the bodyguard.
And she has a dongle, of course. So now I just have to get rid of that guy. It should work very well. Yeah, the lady you were meant to protect, well, she's no more. Actually, there she is, still spewing puke gas from her system. Now I can just waltz right inside the data core. And because, well, this is how a supercomputer should look like. Not just a bowling room with workstations, but a big system with a fancy main terminal and hologram displays and big spinning things. This has not gone perfectly, but it has gone, you could say, well enough without becoming a big shootout.
It's all here. Clients, operatives, every hit the ICA ever sanctioned. Enough to shut them down for good. But first you need to locate all files referencing Diana and yourself.
Yeah. This is a bit of cutscene. Lots of names.
Tell me, what did it feel like? Taking lives?
Random. Disorder.
Well, we are here. Basic training starts at 0600 hours. I should leave you to prepare. Perhaps I see possibility where others see limitation. I choose him.
So does.
The two of you go way back. I didn't realize that you...
It's over
I don't know.
2 decades.
I get
More.
why you want to protect her. So, wipe all the data referring to the two of you from their system before we publish the rest.
Now, when it's a matter of publishing this kind of knowledge, there's very humorous episode from real life about relating to
Okay,
it.
good. I've set up a link to an information non-profit site. When you press that button, it's up there and the whole world will know. There's no undo 47. This will shut the ICA down for good.
No.
Really okay with this?
Maybe just scatter it.
It's who you've been for so long.
Yeah, Angel 47 is the firm believer of path of least resistance. If destroying ICA is the path of least resistance, he's gonna go to it.
Maybe it's time for a change.
I'll just return things to normal. No need to alert them we were here prematurely.
Well, there you know.
Shit! I missed that. We're blown 47. I can hold the doors for a little while. Use the vents to get out. Go, now!
All
Yeah.
personnel. Breach protocol initiated.
This is bad. That means they'll shoot on sight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create some havoc 47. Make the core meltdown. Maybe we'll divert their attention a bit.
Destroy the computer. But there's a humoristic episode about this kind of big data leaks that in Australia, I don't remember exactly, but it was a large batch of secret documents. What was it? Either from Australian intelligence services or military, were leaked to public. And leaked big
All
time to
personnel.
public,
Breach protocol initiated.
as instead of alright, where's that guy going?
Got nothing. Standing by.
Warning, core overheating.
Yeah, he's got a gas mask. It went like so that the
What's this? No, you can't be here, mister.
Warning, fire detected.
it went like something like this, that the Australian incident, that there was plenty of documents leaked into the public about plenty of documents were leaked into public by disgruntled officer,
Protocol initiated.
and they were and by those to whom he leaked them, they were disregarded as fake, and I really couldn't even make this up if I wanted to. They were disregarded gay, fake and gay. Real secret documents from intelligence services
Overheating.
were considered fake and gay. this path actually. Made a bit of a wrong turn, which in this situation are completely understandable. Use your mighty talents of parkouring. 47 and just walk away. Or walk away, crawl away briskly. Yeah, this was not done with the most subtle manner, but subtlety is not always most important. With this, I can just open a door to one little arcade. I don't know, even old arcade. I don't even know. Was it? You could say in active use or not, but it was open there. And of course, all these neon lights and something else make this feel very, you could say, bleak and empty mission. That there's not big crowds or anything like that, because, well, this is basically a very secret location filled with secrecy. But 47 scooters away with nice futuristic-looking Chinese scooter. Plan to continue story next time. Because it's over for ICA, but not for Agent 47.